Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the SU-8. It's the Tier 6 Soviet SPG. It's located on the northeast corner of Karelia, and it's under the command of Yarbas of OLIMP. And he's got the 152mm howitzer, which is capable of, well, 550 Alpha and 38mm of pen. Now, for a moment there, he had side by side because the M44 was very close to him, and that would have actually got them extra crew skills, or well, extra crew skill, but extra crew percentage. But unfortunately, they've gone apart, and now the M44 is a bit further away, so it's not going to be operating because they need to be, I believe, within 50 meters in order for the extra crew skills to come into effect. And of course, that's not very safe if you happen to be an Arty player, because if you're both in the same spot, when the light tank turns up, you're both going to get nailed. Yes, it's bad news day. Okay, well, we can see a Skoda T25 made its way up. In fact, there's a whole bunch of enemy tanks coming up onto the horseshoe, but the AMD had the good sense to pull back because these enemy tanks have come up over. But now's a good time for Yarbas to pile in the shells and take these guys out one by one. Rounds out. That hit the Skoda. Big hit, 220. Now the T-3485M has gone in balls deep, so to speak. He's actually decided to go down the hill, and he got wiped out by our T-3485M. We can see the enemy's AMD 178B, but we're not fully dialed in yet, so it needs us to focus. Rounds out. No, I still think he'd be better off aiming for the top of the horseshoe to take out that T-3485M, but now he's gone close to the wall, and being close to the wall makes it a little more difficult to actually get a shot, but he's got a chance on the AMD. Rounds out. Well, 233 from a splash is not bad at all, and he got some stun assist there. Looks like the M44 is getting good shots on them. That's helping. That's showing again that actually going down into the South Channel and getting close to the enemy, sometimes that's actually at work. Oh, and that shell was close as well, but the target's gone down. The Rudy Polish got him. Okay, so we're one down on the enemy at the moment, mainly down to the action that took place in that southern pass. Now the enemy's in trouble because, of course, we've got a bombing raid going in. And the enemy's got tanks in that area. Let's put a shell in on the Jackson. Well, rounds out. Oh, he got a kill. He's got another kill. So that's first kill for Yarbas, but it is important because it now equalises the score. Nobody actually died from the random event, but obviously when you see that random event, it can actually be quite disturbing. Shot on the CDT, rounds out. Very close. Took him down, well, 200 hit points, well, 100 hit points from Yarbas, but now he's a one-shot, so whoever gets the next shell on that CDT is going to claim a kill. Bounce out. Yep, he got him. Second kill. Very satisfying when you take a tank down to one shot, your teammates then leave him alone, and then you get the next shot which kills him. Now this is interesting. He's actually not going to stay near the cap area. He's gone to the bushes, but he's staying on this side of the bush. Okay, T-150. It's a Tier 6 game with only Tier 6 tanks, and unfortunately our Polak got taken out by the T-150, who's now using his corpse as extra armour. I don't think it'd be a good idea for our Skoda T25 to be in close proximity to that T-150. He's very low on hit points, and in fact the Skoda's just proved me right by dying. In fact, we've got no tanks in that area, but we do have a shell from Yarbas ready to go. Work it out, because he's only got 2 hit points left. Roundabout now. Rounds out. Unfortunately, it didn't hit the target. Hit the rock face. You can see the impact points just near the Skoda. Okay, we're going to change position again to avoid counter battery. The enemy Arty is another M44 and an SU-8. We lost our M44 during the battle that took place in the southern pass. We got too close to the enemy and he got revealed. Okay, one of the enemies just died on the horseshoe, and I saw an enemy shell coming in this direction, so it looks like the enemy is trying to nail our guys at the front of the gap area. That's a direct hit. The standard reload for this RT, 19.65 seconds, and thanks to the rescue being in again, it's only 16.56. I think I did tell the story about why the rescue wasn't working. It was actually a antivirus program that was blocking the mod from working. It actually stopped it. Every time I updated Aslains, it was preventing that mod from going in by saying it was a virus. It wasn't, of course. So I've uninstalled the antivirus, and I've got a new one working, so it looks like I've still got my virus protection, but at least it's not going to stop me from using the mods. Okay. Oh, that was very good. Jackson took down the IKV. Okay, that very low hit point T150, by the way, he did get taken out in the end. We're trying to land a shell on that Type 58, but it was a bit too difficult because he was hugging the rock. But the enemy Jackson's come into play, and I think he's about to be on that corner very shortly. Now, our Jackson's pulled out, but we do have an 88, and I would not be surprised if that Jackson poked over the edge to try and get shots on him. We know where the Type 58 is as well. Okay, sudden movement there. I think somebody must have jogged the rescue. Okay, there's one of the enemy Arty. He's decided to come towards us. Not close enough on that one. If he kept going in a straight line, we might be able to get a shot. Yes, I think he came forward on the wrong route. He should have come up the southern pass. He would have been okay there. Now the Type 58 is a one shot and he's out. So now there's only 3 enemy left. The Jackson suddenly comes to view. He takes out our Jackson, but he then switches course to come towards us, and we should be able to get a shot into that spot. Rounds out. Yes, that's the direct hit. That should have penetrated the Jackson. Let's see if we spot him again. He's probably going to be missing a lot. Yes, he is. He's missing 300 hit points. So, yes, I think he was badly wounded. And the IKV made a bad mistake to ram him, because, of course, the Jackson's slightly stronger than IKV. But we did get something out of Jackson again. This time, stun assist. Only 2 enemy left. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if the enemy SU-8 tried to come up the southern pass, whilst our guys are now going in from the north, coming in from the north. Now, he's being cautious here, because the enemy does have a T-34-85M. If he gets too close, that T-34 could take him out. So he's actually being cautious at the moment, which I do applaud, because you want to be a bit cautious just in case the enemy is watching and sees you. It's been a few times when I've moved too early. There's the enemy Arty. The SU-8 is just around about there. Rounds out. And the well, the T-34-85M has been spotted, and now we can get a shot on him. Here he is. Unfortunately, he just got a shot on our Rudy Polish and actually killed him. He's going after the Cromwell. Rounds up. There's the SU-8. He's been spotted now, so we can finish him off. Unfortunately, we just lost the Achilles. Waiting for the reload to complete. He won't move. Rounds out. That's a kill. And I bet that that's a penetrating shot as well. Cromwell playing with his T-34. Don't play with your food. Your mother would have told you, don't play with your food. Now, wing him. Yarbas, wing him. Put a round into his engine deck and, oh, yes, he hit the turret. Now he's a one-shot for the Cromwell. Go for it, Cromwell. Cromwell's waiting for the 88 to turn up. He's being very cagey. We're going to get another chance. Oh, not chance. The Cromwell got the kill. And we fired in just for, well, victory's sake. Here's the end of battle stats, and that's a first-class tanker for Yarbas of OLIMP in the SU-8. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in the game. In fact, he got 12, and he got a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team, despite the fact that he got 3 kills in that game as well. So he not only hit more of them, but he actually did a lot of killing as well. Win 8 of 3,395, which is Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. Oh my gum, he got the highest damage in the game, 1,798. But I suspect that the reason he didn't get the high caliber was that this was below 20% of the enemy hit pool. I'll check on that. He got a Confederate, and the second highest in the game was the Rudy Polish, who got wiped out, unfortunately, by that T-3485M at the end. 1,725 hit points went to him. And the third highest, well, that was R. Jackson with 1,603. But unfortunately, he didn't take into account the enemy Jackson and actually kept on going south. And the enemy Jackson came up behind him and shot him in the rear. I thought he was going to appear from over the that gap in the rocks and try and shoot from there. But obviously, we had other targets at the time. When it came to kills, we can see the highest number was Rudy Polish, 4 kills to him, and 4 kills to the T-3485M, the last one. 3 kills went to Yarbas and to the Jackson and to the Cromwell out of that game, and 2 kills went to the Jackson, the T-150 on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, it's the Rudy Polish who managed to get 924, 830 went to Yarbas in the SU-8, and 735 went to the Jackson. He fired 20 rounds. Now, this Arty does carry 26, so still had 6 rounds spare at the end. 6 direct hits on the enemy and 2 penetrating shots. 10 splash. Damage of 1,798. All of it at more than 300 meters. Now, one of those penetrating shots is bound to be on the SU-8. Yes, it was. I suspect the other one was the Jackson. Yes, it was on again, because, of course, the Jackson does have very thin armor. But he only got 247 hit points on that one. So on a penetrating shot, that's 550 minus 25%. Not really exactly what I would expect. It's a very low roll for the hit on the Jackson. Anyway, going back to detail, we can see he got 9 hits on the enemy, 3 kills, so only just qualified for the Confederate, but he must have been the high scorer in terms of tanks hit but not killed, and 509 hit points, a stun assist off 9 stuns. On a premium count, he made a profit of 19,978 credits, and he also took away 1,867 experience points. This is a good game. It's the sort of game you can keep doing day in, day out, and pull off 3 marks on it. It's a very solid sort of game. And it's one of the reasons why the SU-8 is such a good Arty, because of the fire rate, because you can pump those shells out and regularly pick up medals for Confederate. All you need to do is to remind yourself every now and then, got to switch to a new target, find a new target that you haven't hit before, so that you just keep accumulating new targets that have been hit by you, and it gives you the Confederate medal. Even if you lose the game, you're going to get the bonus out of getting that medal. But usually, if you do spread the Arty love around, you are going to win the game anyway, because you will have hit enough of the enemy and damaged them that your teammates will be able to take advantage and get the win. Hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.